everybody. Welcome back to Rebooked, the man, women, meat, something, sticking our meat in somebody's... Normally, yeah. See, as you can tell, something is already very off with this picture.
Something's amiss.
Something is wrong, and quite frankly, it's obviously, as you see, it's me, it's Jake. It is no G Bizzle. He's out being a human with family, but I feel like after the crap that you guys gave me for being sick, while I was enfeebled on my couch, and yet you still took the chance to dunk on me. I feel like we have to take the chance to dunk on him. So thanks, GB, for shirking your responsibilities, for letting the crew down, letting the team down, letting the fans down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot, you bald bitch.
There you go. I mean, you couldn't put it.
I think that's fair game when he's not here.
I mean, normally that's where I would take offense too, but I'm trying to make a united front on this one.
Yeah.
But
understandable.
Yeah. Regardless, it is us two, which, to be fair, means it'll probably be a lot more efficient of an episode.
That's true.
In fact, we're not even going to, we're literally just going to go through 6 different topics. Do you like it or not? Thumbs up, thumbs down. We're moving on. We'll
be in out 15 minutes.
We're going to take a test here. Yeah. We're going to see a pilot program for a new style of podcast. It's the microcast. No, we will try to break some of this down, but it's just a little bit more tightly wound. So, for real though, GB is in New York. He's visiting family. He's doing good old fun family stuff. He tried to call us before this while he was out walking the streets. He could have gotten pickpocketed while he tried to call us to see if we needed any help with any of the technical stuff getting into this. But
right.
Rest assured, we are all good. But before we dive into it, I feel like this is something GB would ask. I wouldn't, because I have no frame of reference on it. But Jake, another weekend has passed, and so college football ? Did things happen? I was told to ask you about something. One of the people in my Discord was like, "Oh, ask him about this," and I've already forgotten.
And you don't even remember what it was. Wow.
It was about a team that blew it or won or didn't.
Maybe was it Florida?
I don't know.
Florida at least lost to South Florida at home, and that was pretty fun. That was a good time for everyone except Florida fans. It was good football. Alabama came out really, really, really pissed off. It was against I don't want to say inferior opponent. We'll say a lower tier opponent. We won 7-3 tonight. Yeah, we were really pissed.
That sounds like a basketball game.
Yeah. I mean, look, it was good to see them come out and play the way that they did. I just want it to carry over against a team that is competitive.
Yeah.
That's all I want. But it's a good weekend in college football. It's a good weekend in pro football. Because, Alabama won, the Packers won, the Bears lost, the Lions lost. The only disappointing thing about the Vikings beating the Bears is that they couldn't also lose. But other than that,
that would be a dream.
Other than that, it was a good weekend of football. 2 out of my 3 fantasy football teams won. Not bad.
All right.
Not bad. How about you? How was your weekend?
Oh, fine. My only contribution to football is they finally, speaking of the Bears, who lost apparently, they have now they officially came out. It's been like 2 years of like back and forth. Like, are we moving out of the city? Are we staying in Chicago? Are we building we bought this thing in Arlington? Never mind, we're not using it. The city's trying to get him to stay, blah, blah, blah. They finally, they doubled down and they are moving to Arlington. They're moving out of the city of Chicago. And
the Bears are?
Yep. And
wow.
Yeah. So they're
to build a new stadium?
Yep. New stadium, multi-use facility, and restaurants, all this stuff, entertainment up in Arlington Heights. Which, I mean, kind of makes sense because they bought this like historic racetrack and tore it down and then just didn't do anything with it. So
sure.
Yeah. So that I don't know when that will happen, but over the next few years, they're going to be building that monstrosity. So,
Well,
the more you know.
speaking of a weekend in Chicago, why don't we start it right off?
That's a wow. King of the segue here, which was also created in Chicago, by the way. That's great. That's exactly, it brings us directly into our first topic. We're gonna dive in to all the WWE action. And to kick things off, to Jake's point, I mean, there's really only one thing you can say, and it's AJ Lee.
Light it up.
Light it up. The crazy one is back. The worst kept secret may not be the word, the phrase applied, but like
pretty
telegraphed. But so I'll start it with this question. It's one we've talked about here on before. Is this an example of entirely and utterly predictable but still good?
Absolutely, man. The pop on her, like, dude. Everybody knew as soon as he gets out of the ring. He's like, well, I know something. It's funny. You watch when he's like, well, I know someone who can help me, and everyone behind him who's already filming him just goes right to the entrance. They're like, wait. I mean, you see AJ signs in the crowd. People were waiting, and it's still got a huge pop. Yeah. Huge. I was so happy for her. Man, it was just a great. I mean, Punk couldn't stop smiling. You know, I mean, he's got to be so happy too.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting to work with his wife. She's having this tremendous comeback. Man, what a great moment. That was such a great moment. And really just kicked this whole feud into a higher gear. WrestlePalooza. Still don't like the name. Gonna be a fun event though. Still gonna be a fun event.
Yeah.
But man, that was so great. Everybody just the anticipation in the air of everybody like, all right, say what you need to say. We want to hear the music. Let's get her out here. Come on. Man, yeah, it was so great. And then last night on Raw, having
continued
her
over.
First thing she spaketh in WWE, and what was it? It's 10 years or something.
10 years. I mean,
that's wild.
Which is funny because when Punk came back, I think it was 10 years.
Yep.
And then 2 years later or whatever here, it's 10 years for her too.
Yeah.
So they both, and then, again, you saw it in the way they presented the content. They kind of mirrored this, you know, she was snuck in. Then we saw footage of that later. You know, she signed the contract back there with Triple H. And the same kind of beats they were putting out after Punk's return, they're putting out after her return. And
right.
Yeah, no, that it was, again, we know, and they had to. It was one of the people kept saying, and it's happened in the past, but like, oh, come on, so-and-so has got to be like the secret opponent or secret thing. And it turns out to be like a nothing burger. It's like, oh, it was just their regular tag team partner who's off TV for 2 weeks or whatever.
Right.
So, but this one was so big, like they had to deliver, or else this would have been a riot. Yeah, I think there were signs that said if it's not AJ,
oh my god, yeah,
dude, especially in Chicago.
Oh, especially in Chicago. I don't know if there's another person that could have, like, if it hadn't been her, that people would have been like, oh, okay, I'm okay with that at least. But
I don't think that person exists.
I don't think they do either.
I don't think that person's around. They're not alive at all in this particular situation.
Right.
So then, I mean, yeah, we saw it again. Everything from this past week involving Punk, AJ, Seth, Becky was kind of 101, but I think to the point we were just making, like, in a really good way. Like, you had Becky poking Punk. Oh, then we know what this is setting up. Then they come out, they have the confrontation on Friday. There she is. She's back, runs them off. And then Monday, you know, it kind of thing, frustrate the heels, and the match is now official. WrestlePalooza, married couple, power wrestling power couples. So like literally no overly fancy storytelling. This is literally just good guys running off the bad guys, setting up the match, and it gives a little jolt to life to this really weird pay-per-view.
100%. Yes, absolutely. I do have one because listening to AJ's promo last night, I do have a question. In the Midwest, in Chicago, does motorboating mean something else?
Well, beside what?
Well, because beside, I mean,
well, there's two. I only know two definitions: to literally pilot your motorboat right around a lake, or to vigorously stuff your face in between bosoms.
Yes,
right?
Yes. So, did Becky like?
She motorboated CM Punk.
She motorboated CM Punk
a little bit, yeah. I was very curious about that too, because the week before on Raw, when she was poking Punk and slapping him, and she did which I believe is kind of the boxer thing of like, come on, I'm giving you a free shot. I'm putting my head right into your chest.
I see.
Right?
I see. Okay,
that's the idea. But then when she did it again. She was like rubbing her head and her hair like on his chest. Yes, I didn't put the motorboating thing together, but
I didn't either until just now. But I was like, I could see that as a problem. Yeah.
A little bit. You don't motorboat.
Normally you worry about another woman motorboat man.
Normally you worry about it being the other way around, but in this case,
but who knew? Who knew?
It's the ladies motorboating the gents, but hey, to each their own. We don't judge.
Yeah.
So again, this one real surface level, but good. It's straight up the big question then here. And I was even going back and forth about this in our Discord a little bit. I wasn't sure because similar to Punk, you know, AJ had kind of stepped away and has established her own. She's an author. She's working and writing on movies and producing things and stuff. And she was like, dunzo. So our thought was, do we think this is a one-off or like a short run? Or do we think she's here for the foreseeable future? Do you think this goes somewhere beyond WrestlePalooza?
I mean, I hope so. I mean, it would be nice. I mean, for so many reasons. Like, as if the women's division isn't already stacked enough, now we've added AJ Lee into the mix. And I hope that it's a more, I mean, it doesn't have to be a 3 or 5 year contract, like something crazy like that, but I'd hope she's around for a year or so. Because she deserves it. Like, I like that if she can come back and spend some time in WWE, I feel like she'll finally get to reap what she sowed before she left. Like, she was kind of this connecting, she was this connecting piece between the Divas era and the women's division that we know now. And was really one of the big pioneers in getting women's wrestling to where it is now. So I would like to see her be able to benefit from that finally. And I think that's what makes it fun, because the thing is, too, AJ is the same age as Becky.
Yeah.
They're the same age. So it's not like
this old timer coming back kind of thing.
Yeah. It's not like it's, I hesitate to say Trish, because Trish still looks amazing, but you know, and so she's also crazy ripped.
She was in incredible shape.
She hasn't aged a day. Yeah, she looks unbelievable. So you got to think there's still something in the tank. I don't think that she would come back if there wasn't. And I don't think we would have had the whole moment with, I don't know, the the whole like, I've got your belt, I'm holding on to your belt until you give us a match. Come on, she's going after that title. Are you kidding me? Of course she's going to go after that title. They're going to win this match, and then they're both going to decide, well, hey, since we won, we should get to face both of you for your individual titles. That seems like the direction that we're going.
Yeah.
And I ain't mad at it.
No,
Not mad at it.
that very much stands to reason.
Yeah.
Which those are two. I mean, Punk and Seth we've seen several times now, but it's still a main event anywhere in the world, as they say. But AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the women's Intercontinental title, and is that maybe where Bayley finally explodes whatever this crazy thing she's dealing with and comes back into the picture, maybe, or maybe I don't know. Maybe she has a side quest with Lyra. But
what would be interesting is if Bayley comes back heelish, more like her, ding dong baby was, and AJ's like, "Girl, we need to talk. Let me look. I was crazy too. Let me help you through this."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be interesting. And even to see a program between Bayley and AJ, that would be really great too.
Especially considering some of their like history. Again, Bayley while in NXT, and I believe like fresh out of NXT, had like a lot of, she was fangirling out over AJ Lee as a character. And so that's some of the early like Bayley lore, and you could bring that back into the picture.
I've outgrown you. I've outgrown you. I don't need you anymore. I don't need anyone anymore, kind of thing.
Sure.
That could be a lot of fun. Who else would you like to see AJ work with?
I mean, there's obviously like, I think the talent who are kind of on the up and up. I mean, you've seen it all over social media the last, 48 hours, probably since Friday, but like Roxanne Perez, another one, one of her pictures has now gone viral of her hugging AJ from 12 years ago or whatever. She's like a 10-year-old kid or whatever. So like that would be very, very cool. Liv Morgan on a return, which Liv returns, those two personalities could be really, really good. Especially like, not that I want to repeat the same thing going on with like Seth and Becky, but you could run, depending on what they do with Punk, if he wins the world title or whatever. Can you imagine a similar but maybe different story, similar dynamic, different story with Punk and AJ and Liv and Dom?
And Liv and
like Punk versus Dom for like the IC title, or just like a grudge feud would be really entertaining on its own. And then add in the lady parts. That sounds fun.
That.
But I don't know. There's fodder there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so many. And I'd also love to see her like. I'd love to see her with Rhea. I mean, she would have that dynamic to work out. I'd love to see her with Kairi Sane. I'd love to see her with
Asuka.
Yeah,
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green and AJ would be, that would feed families. That would be
feed us.
That would be amazing.
No kidding.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, please give us a long-term.
That's true.
Long-term deal with her, because you know the women in that locker room are clamoring to work with her too. So
100%.
And if AJ is half as good as she used to do, she's still going to be great, and these are going to be great feuds. So I could not be happier to see her back, and then she's doing well, because I know that was one thing that she even spoke about it in her promo of wanting to get herself right, and she looks happy, she looks healthy. I mean, beautiful. Like I couldn't be happier. I hope that we even get an even better second run for however long we have her. Happy to have that as long as we have it.
Very true. So the last thing I'll ask before we move on then is, let's talk about character, because that's what we like to discuss on this show. So with her, especially with her being gone so long, last time she was here, she's in her mid-20s. She's she's young. She's doing, it's the crazy thing, right? She's a little kooky and blah, 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 really hamming that up. And especially it mellowed out a little bit, but at the beginning it was that literal like Two-Face kind of stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
But here, like, obviously, I think this first match, you come back, you give him the skip, you give him the music. She has a crazy look in her eye. I think you just have fun with it. Just remind everybody of the AJ who was here before she left. That said, though, I feel like you can't do the nostalgia trip full time, and you can't ignore that the human being is a decade older, a decade wiser, more mature. So, like, where do you go, in your opinion, with her? It may be a catchphrase still, sure, but like I'm the crazy girl. How do you mature that, or like take that, and do you just like, is it just as simple as AJ just be who, AJ Mendez is, like, just kind of be you? Or is it, do you kind of try to evolve her previous on-screen character?
Well, I think the answer to that is what we just talked about. That was how long we have.
True.
Because
of course.
If she's
assuming we have her for, let's say, at least one full year.
Right. Assuming you have her for a year, I mean, I kind of think you just a little bit as she was. Man, I don't know.
It's a hard thing in wrestling, right? You want to give people what they want and remember, but like it's also hard being like, I'm this crazy one, but I'm like a 36-year-old grown, confident woman.
Right. And I think you could also, like how much do you lean into the ring stuff? Because when Punk came back after being absent for 10 years, he had still been at AEW. He had still gotten some time back in the ring. And I mean, of course, we know that AJ's been training and she helped Punk come back, and that kind of stuff too. But again, if I were a heel character, if I were a Becky, I were whatever, I'd be like, okay, you got one win. And you were as fresh as you could possibly be. You've had 10 years of rest. You've been able to get yourself in shape. But me, I'm a mother. I'm on the road 24/7. I'm doing this all the time. You don't have what it takes anymore. You don't understand what it takes anymore. And maybe letting some of that affect AJ in a way, like kind of oh man, yeah, I do have to kind of get back into the swing of things, and seeing how that affects her as a character, I think could be interesting. But I think if it's just for like a year or so, I think you do kind of you don't want to bring her back and turn her heel. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. No way.
We've already learned that lesson. Hopefully, we've already learned that lesson.
Please.
So I feel like we're probably going to see generally more of the same, and maybe I don't know. I feel like I'd want to use her as a way to help other people advance their character more. And kind of have her in that role of like, hey, let's bring in this veteran who is super over, probably always will be. Let's put her in a program with someone else that she can lift up. Kind of like Cena has done a few times. Johnson has done a little bit since he's been back. I'd really like to see her as a more mentor role than I think we probably would have seen, because I like the idea too of her maybe wanting to be this like, listen, I want to help. I am Shane Person. It's all about me then, and it's not as much about me now. I want to lift up this division, and I'll do that by facing opponents that I want to face, helping people that I want to help, and getting and putting women in the place that they didn't put in their place. That to me is kind of the direction I'm probably going with AJ.
Yeah, no, I think that's spot on, and I can only hope we will get some, if not all, of those potential matches, because that would be pretty awesome.
And let us know in the comments below, who do you want to see AJ Lee face in her return?
That's right. Question of the week. Question of the day.
Yep.
Well, that said, speaking of Becky and Seth and the Vision and whatnot. We have seen as we have deemed them, the Bronze, striking out in conflicts on their own. We saw more on Monday Night Raw with Jimmy and Jey reunited, and it feels so good. And then just this conflict that's been brewing has bubbled over, shall you say. LA Knight is kind of the X factor. And then, well, first off, I'm just going to say the Bronze, I've been so bipolar on their like characters and stuff since joining Seth. Because if you remember, they started and I was like, if they just become,
they were bouncers.
They were bouncers.
Yeah.
Then they got a little bit of personality, and then Seth got hurt, quote unquote. Right. And then they were on their own for a couple of weeks, and they were doing promos and had some personality. Then he came back, and they kind of, for like 2 weeks, went back to being bouncers.
Right.
And so I'm happy to see once again, they're in these programs without Seth having to be around. They don't have to literally be on his coattails, which I like. It gives them their own prominence, their own characters. And so like they're wearing their own merch, you know what I mean? They're cutting their own promos. They're handling their own business. So I think that's really important for them as characters, and hopefully that can continue to carry forward when the, you know, Vision forces kind of come back to being one unit again. But I mean, the big development this week was, Jimmy and Jey reuniting, conflict with the Bronze, but then LA Knight getting involved, helping them fight off the Vision. But Jey Uso says, screw that. And even after getting help from LA Knight, spears him right in the center of the ring, like, not an accident, directly, on purpose. Why? What do you think is the motivation, reasoning, and where does this go?
I don't know. I think that
it's weird, right?
It is weird, and I'm not 100% the catalyst for it all. And I'm hoping that we get some kind of, I don't know. I'm hoping we get some kind of clarification from Jey in a promo, so at least something point us toward like why he's starting to feel this way. But it does seem like it. I mean, it feels like, are we turning Jey heel? Because it's kind of a case of like, I mean, Jey is very over, but how much of it is because of his entrance and how much, and like kids love him. He's selling crazy merch.
Great reactions, like to your point when he comes out.
Yeah. But to be fair, something hasn't been clicking with the audience with Jey to some degree, because everybody's asking. We even did it on this show not a few weeks ago, where we were like, why is Jey in this match? He feels like a kid with an unplugged controller. I said that verbatim. And it did feel that way. And maybe that's the point. Maybe that's how Jey has been feeling, is a little like, you know, the fourth wheel, I guess, but you know, so maybe that's the direction we're going. It's like Jey feels like, have I lost sight of who I am? Am I just an entrance now? Am I just this? I need to, you know, I was successful when I had this attitude, and I have to find that again. And in finding his attitude, is he going to hurt others in the process, or is he going to find some sort of, you know, respite with these familiar faces? And it seems like he's right now leaning toward, no, I gotta focus on me. I really have to focus on me and what I want and what I need. I want my championship back. And I don't know, like it feels like Jey trying to find his swagger again. But I don't know if this is a tease for a heel turn.
I don't know. Part of me thinks it would be really I mean, it would be shocking, but it feels like it would
Mhm.
be ill-informed to like straight
A
up
little.
turn him heel. Like
Yeah.
have him beat the crap out of Jimmy or something like that and like really go heel. Like maybe have a conflict, sure.
Mhm.
But I wonder, you really kind of struck on something, I think, when you're breaking it down. Like, I wonder if there's, I don't know how you tell this story without like, because I wouldn't want to crap on Jimmy or the tag team of the Usos because they're an
Right.
incredibly known tag team. But if they go through it with like something in the psyche of Jay of like, because he was struggling and they had that one when he got attacked towards the end of Raw, either last week or 2 weeks ago when Jay came to the save and was like, they specifically caught on camera, I can't do it on my own. I can't do it on my own. I need you to Jimmy, right? So there's a defeat in that. There's a defeat in like, I struck out on my own. I won the world title. I lost it, but like I'm lighting arenas on fire, but I still can't do it. I still can't get this job done. What's wrong with me? Kind of thing. And then like, so there's a little bit of like pride in, while you love your brother, you love the tag team that you have. It's like, not like, this is what I'm talking about where I don't want to speak ill, but like a demotion of like, great, I got to go back to being a tag team guy because I can't handle my business. Yeah. It's like moving back home after college. You got your degree, you're smart as hell, you're primed, like 4 years or whatever. I can't afford an apartment. I can't afford rent in New York.
If you're in that boat, understandably. No shame in it. Prices are ridiculous.
Dude, I absolutely did it.
Yeah. And, I moved back home with my parents after college.
Yeah. But there is a little bit of a feeling of like, of regression. And then but I'm trying to figure out, so I understand all that, but I'm trying to figure out. So is he lashing out from that? Like, is this him like kind of like taking it out on other people? Like, fuck, I shouldn't be here. Yeah, like, I can't hit my brother, so I'm going to hit this guy who kind of just keeps sticking his nose in.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, it's already bad enough that I can't do it on my own. I don't need your damn help too, sort of thing.
Yeah. I see that.
Where it's like, this is our fight. Like, you wanted the world title. We're done with that fight. We did Paris. You're kind of done. And then it's like, right now, this is family business. Yeah. And like, that's it. So I hope that's the direct. My biggest fear, because they almost did exactly what I hate. So LA Knight in that fight went for his finish, got pushed towards Jay, and did the whole
like it was going to do an action act. Yeah.
And like they were giving each other like these hard stares of, and like, it's the most obvious thing in the world. Like, he wasn't coming to hit you. And I thought they were going to try to maybe write it off as like, you almost ran into me, dog. So I attacked you later. I was worried. I'm really hoping they don't do that and take that lowest possible branch.
Or what I would like to see is for them to turn that trope on its head of where maybe you do that where LA accidentally hits him or whatever, or you do like or maybe you do the inverse where Jay is thrown into LA now.
Sure.
And it looks like an accident. Jay helps him back up. Like, LA knows, no, I can't. And Jay helps him back up like as a my bad, and then Jay knocks him down again. Like if he did something like that, like you know what? It was an accident, but now it's not.
Yeah.
And you know what? It felt good to do that. And maybe that's who I am. And, something like that would be fun. But I don't know. I don't know the direction that they're going to go with Jay.
I will say this. It does make me a little bit more intrigued in that whole scenario.
Yeah.
Like, other than just this, straight up, I need my brother back, tag team match with these guys, bada bing, bada boom. Like, it adds a little wrinkle and keeps LA Knight involved. And I'm not mad at that.
And I like LA's attitude in his promo where he said, when he was talking about Bronze, and he was like, as long as it's Braun, bring it out there. I don't care if I win or lose because I'm taking a piece of you with me. I like that mindset out of LA Knight because I think that could take the sting out of him taking some losses. He needs some wins because he also was super over. Like after that promo, people went
Yeah.
nuts for him. And so I'm still a big fan of his. I want to see him get some more success. But I like that attitude of like LA is just like, I right now I don't even care about wins and losses. I just want to beat the shit out of somebody, and I like that. I like that. I think it fits him perfect.
I mean, we'll do this on our official, I'm sure, preview. Although I don't know, depending on our schedule, I don't know if we'll do an official preview for WrestlePalooza. We might be off then in our brief little hiatus we're going to be taking in a week or so. But that tag match then, just a really quick, who do you think takes the win in that tag match at WrestlePalooza?
In which tag match?
The Bronze versus the Usos.
The Bronze. I
right?
think I
feel like
think
it's their
gotta be
time to
Bronze.
get one.
I think it's their time to get one, and it's also going to push Jey further down.
Does LA Knight cause them to lose? Does he get his retribution on Jey? Potentially. Could we see an LA Knight heel? Is this a false flag operation?
I'm about to say, I almost like think, what if LA Knight had an opportunity to help them and he just didn't? And then but that also pisses off Jey. And
right.
And LA's like, make up your mind.
Yeah,
make up your mind. Do you want my help or do you not want my help? I would like to see something like that. That would be kind of fun.
One more thing I wanted to cover right before we move on to our next promotion, next topic. I thought it was just, we saw the John Cena retirement tour continue in Chicago, last time in Chicago, which it will also be his last time on SmackDown, unless they add him to one extra, but his dates are all Raw and pay-per-view until the end now.
Yeah.
So last SmackDown, and it was the place that he debuted in the Allstate Arena in Chicago back in, what was it, 03 or whatever it was with Kurt Angle.
Like, yep.
And they just did a bunch. So it was just, there's not much here other than, spoiler alert, Brock Lesnar came out at the end of the whole shebang and set up for their WrestlePalooza clash. Again, that is also very surface level. But I just wanted to tip my hat and get your thoughts as well on just all the full circle stuff they were doing. I thought it was really cool. Between
it's so fun.
Yeah, the Chicago thing, and then of course the Sami Zayn stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, the match was fun. I mean, it was a fun match.
Dude, doing everybody's moves.
That's what I was about to say. Dude. I love his little homages to all his former opponents doing their moves. That's so great. And I think it's pretty classy of Cena to do that too. Of like, look, I can't face you, but I can give you a nod and a thank you, a public thank you in a way. And I love that. And so, watching Cena's fun again. And it was a fun match. It was a great match. And Sammy, I love Sammy to death. And he's another guy I want to see succeed too. So, that was a fun full circle moment. And
the open challenge thing, I think it was really, really cool the way, because I remember
I love that.
That was the damn match. I remember because I was in NXT at the time, so we were all like, when Kevin did it and had his big thing with Cena, we were all freaking out. And then when Sammy popped up on Raw, we were all for it. But that was also the Sammy threw his shoulder out on his entrance. He was doing this.
He's so excited that he threw out his own shoulder.
And then he wrestled
and then
for
did the match
12 minutes or whatever it was. And it was still he still did like his diving through the corner DDT and stuff. He just went off. And then he ended up, I think he was on the shelf for a little bit after that. But so like that was a really cool moment. And so to literally turn it around, I love seeing, these are the kind of things we love seeing on this Cena retirement tour. Like it's the super like cheesy, fan service, whatever you want to call it. Like, look, sometimes we want a layered Oscar level story with all this. But sometimes I just want Pixar. Sometimes I just want to feel good and like smile and go, aw, I like that's my guy there. That's sweet.
Yeah.
And like a lot of these moments are like that, and I'm totally fine for that.
Yeah, this was so fun. It was so much fun. And yeah, makes me look forward to the other stuff that Cena's gonna do. I feel like I don't know. You can tell he's having a lot more fun in the ring now, and I don't know. Something tells me he's got some surprises up his sleeve.
And it makes me really anticipate, because he's hit a lot of the big hits with like Randy and Punk and Cody. So it does make me. I really anticipate who they choose or what his input is, whatever they decide. Yep. And how they handle that. I'm very, very curious.
It's AJ Ray.
Maybe it's AJ freaking Lee. You never know.
They can bring back that little love story that they teased.
Oh, that's right.
Way back.
That's right. Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
Yep.
Yeah, she was making out with everybody.
Yeah.
There was a thing with like Brian and then Cena
and
Punk and a whole shebang. But either way, we love it. All right, everybody, it is time to turn our attention to TNA. And I just got back from TNA, which was for the first time ever in Minneapolis. And we were also live. Like live. Like what you saw was happening in the moment. Very, very cool. I know, crazy concept. Well, it is for us who tape 90% of our shows. So we love it.
Right.
But it is always exciting to be live. And, I'll throw a little.
Let me ask you, just out of curiosity, how's the vibe? Live show
way better. The energy's up. The energy is just up. It feels from my place at the desk, the show feels more complete because we see all the pre-tapes now. Because when we tape shows, all I see is words on a page, and like sometimes so sometimes I have to react to it. Like it's a backstage where Eric Young is threatening Santino Marella to give him a match, and we come into somebody's entrance, and I have to react like, oh, that's crazy that Eric. And sometimes,
and you believe that
you just kind of keep it kind of generic, and then sometimes in the final cut they switch that pre-tape out. So then all of a sudden I've got to re-record my reaction because they either cut it or they switched it with a different one. So being able to just live the whole show with everybody else makes it just feel more complete. So
sure.
And the energy is way up. But before we dive into the wrestling, I will back into sports lore here and a little the more you know moment that I learned.
Okay.
So we were at the Armory it's called the Armory, and it was a former armory in downtown Minneapolis, which for somebody who went through FCW and NXT, who ran a bunch of those crummy little Florida armories with like 20 people watching you, having a big TV event at the Armory scared me for a second.
Sure.
Like, oh God, are we going to some
podunk little? I am getting paid this week.
Yeah, exactly. But lo and behold, it's a pretty big former National Guard Armory or whatever, but that apparently was vacant for decades. And within the last several years, some big production company bought it, refurbed it. It's beautiful, brand new bars and seating and lighting and everything. It's awesome. Really, really cool. But it is also the home of the NBA's original Minnesota Lakers.
Oh, the Lakers. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Which I didn't know in the 40s and 50s before they moved to LA. And in my mind, I had one of those glass shattering moments. I was like, oh yeah. The name Lakers makes way more sense here than it does in Southern California.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And then, so Tom was explaining this to me. I was like, oh, well, that's really cool. And I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that many teams moved. I've seen some football teams do it, but why didn't they change the name to the LA Beach or something like that? But they just kept the name. And then another mind grape explosion. the Utah Jazz was the New Orleans Jazz, which makes way more sense. I don't think jazz exists in Utah today. So like, I'm now like in my head going through like every baseball team, every football team. I'm like, does this actually make any freaking sense? And if it doesn't, where did they originate? So
yeah. There's like some wild lineages in sports because of like teams that moved and changed their name and came back. Like I'm trying to remember if I recall, like it's either the Browns or the Ravens. I think it's the Ravens have the lineage of the original Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns have the lineage of another. There's something I can't remember exactly what it is, but because like they sold the team and the team moved, and then the owner was like, "I want another team again." I can't remember what it, but it's some kind of confusing something like that. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's fun.
So yeah, it was cool. It was cool to be there. It was also a building that like the AWA ran all the time. Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan before he was like the Hulk Hogan back in the early days and stuff like that. Nick Bockwinkel. So really cool historic building, but really built up nice and refurbed for a modern.
That's
audience.
Great. Yeah.
But live on TNA this week, we anticipated it. It was pretty much interrupted the week prior, but we've got it now official. Trick Williams versus Mike Santana for the TNA World title at 1-on-1 at Bound for Glory. The question is simple. We can't screw this up, right? Like this is it. It happens.
Matthew. You always can. You can always screw it up. Surely not. Surely not. I mean, like this has been. How long have we been? This feels like it's been building for 6 months.
It's pretty close. Joe lost the title to Trick at Battleground, which was in May, I believe.
Right.
So I mean, June through
so damn near
4 or 5 months almost.
4 or 5 months. Yeah.
By the time we get to BFG.
Right. So yeah, I'm going to say no. I'm going to will it into the universe that
yes,
that we're going to pull the trigger on GB's boy, and I have to represent. I have to be an honorary Boricua as
Can you do that?
As GB. I'm look.
Can you just
a white
become
guy. I can pretty much do whatever I want.
For better or for worse. Yeah, as we've learned.
Right. Yes. So, surely we have to. I just can't wait for the match. I feel like it's going to be just a 30-minute banger. I'm hoping stuff happens like, I'm wanting NXT people to try to interfere and TNA people go out there to cut them off so that we can keep it one-on-one. Like, I still think that I don't see it being like an overbooked mess kind of thing, or like, an Avengers Endgame type scenario. Like
right.
I want a straight match. I don't want anything to interfere with the two fighting, but I do want stuff going on around it. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to get at.
I still, to that point, because I agree, like, I feel like every company now since WrestleMania 40 and all fans everywhere have made their Avengers, isms. They kind of did it this year with Hangman and the Death Riders and all that. They did it the year before with Cody and Roman and everything. I feel like it would be a little too on the nose and repetitive to do it exactly like that. But kind of echo what we said last week, and you brought up a little bit. I'd love to just see them go at it, but then Trick is still Trick. And so the classic champion's advantage, he don't have to be, to pin somebody to win, right? I would love to see him either like exhaust his options. Like, I don't know how you would like maybe have Santino out there. Trick goes to swing a chair and Santino grabs the chair away. It's like, no, you ain't going to get intentionally disqualified. Trick tries to, and the big one to me would be like, Trick tries to take a walk. Screw it. I'll take the count out. Here's my belt. Bye, Boston. Walks up the ramp, and there's every babyface in the company just giving him the old, like, nope. Yeah, like it's just a symbolic thing of like, nope. And he's just backing off into a big finish from Santana or something. 1, 2, 3, everybody celebrates, put him up on your shoulders or whatever. I think it just needs to be that kind of come together, feel good moment. It doesn't have to be a bunch of people fighting each other on the outside and all that kind of a mess, but
it needs to be that moment in the movie where the bully is fighting the hero, and then everyone just gets in a circle around him, around both of them, and he tries to leave, and it's like, nope, get back in there. Just pushing him back in. Nope, get in there. And like not trying to hit him, not trying to hurt him, nothing. Just like, nope, you're going to get in there, you're going to take your licks, and we're going to get this championship. Like that's what I want to see. And that's what I'm hoping that we get. But yeah, man's called Truck for a reason. He's got something up his sleeve, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing it over the course of the next few weeks leading up to October.
Yes, I without giving spoilers, I can say, Trick he put all his lawyerisms and everything like that. He's got his 50 days. He's gonna vow to basically forget TNA. I don't have to be there then until you're making me defend this title. But let's just say he doesn't always tell the truth, and he does have some tricks up his sleeve as we head towards both Victory Road, because that's 2 weeks before BFG, and then Bound for Glory itself.
Right. That's right.
But speaking of both Victory Road and Bound for Glory, we also got to finally see the live, in-person, in-ring celebration of Ash by Elegance, all the gold draped on the Elegance brand right now, including a painting that was horrendous AI art of Ash in like a queen, in a queen's uniform, holding her title. But I mean, over the top in wonderful Elegance fashion. But we learned two things. Well,
she very much saw an ad for that on Instagram, where he's like, "I have to get that."
Oh yeah, that shop now, and it takes you to the App Store, and it takes any 100%. Photo of yours.
It's like upload a photo. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or they did, if you're going through like TikTok, and they'll be like, turn your picture into a Pixar movie or whatever. It was just like, take your picture, turn it into royalty.
Yeah. Have you ever been a character? Yeah. Just like something like that.
All that AI slop. But we got two, again, one of them we already knew, but we got another big announcement because in the middle of it, because of course a heel can't have a huge celebration without it being utterly ruined by spiteful baby faces. So Masha Slamovich first came out and declared that she is getting a rematch for the TNA Knockouts World title at Victory Road. So that is going down. But then Indy Hartwell let us know, because she won that triple threat match, that she is now the #1 contender for Bound for Glory. So now Ash has two people in her way within the next month, essentially. So two things. One, I mean, with this title rematch with Masha, like 2 weeks before BFG, I mean, is there any world in which Ash drops this title there?
I mean, you'd like to say no, just because of the proximity, like you said, to BFG, but I just, I mean, it's gonna happen the next couple of weeks, I think. But surely not. I mean, I wouldn't think so. But because unless there's just something huge that happens, I don't know. I mean, you got 2 weeks to build the story if that's the case. So it's going to have to be something done like.
Which is why I think
simultaneously coming.
They're introducing Indy now, just to kind of that like, hey, I'm waiting in the wings, so she's kind of already integrated, and she will be this is the other problem with taping. I don't remember if this was on the live episode or if it's going to be something that's going to air this week. But Indy will be, she will have a part of that Victory Road title defense with Masha. So it'll, again, they're going to kind of incorporate everybody in there. My issue though is, and I say this as much on commentary, in my kind of heelish persona, but I do take issue a little bit with, and I wish we would have
just
had
persona.
Sure. Whatever. Just let me finish.
My bad.
No, like I feel weird about Masha even getting this title shot because like I get it. She's probably like the other top babyface knockout, but I mean, if you look back at it, she lost to JC. She lost in her rematch. Now that was when her and Ash were like just DQing each other in their matches. Like she did it to her and then Masha did it to Ash. I get that, but still, so didn't win a rematch. Then they had the triple threat match. She lost that and Ash won that with JC. And it's there is a little bit of that like, why is she still at the front of the line? Right. I wish she would have maybe like Santino, because it was a little bit one of those like cheesy, I'm a babyface authority figure. Oh, you're a great babyface. You get a title match because
you're get in there.
You're so deserving. And I wish it's like all it would have taken was like, look, Masha, you've been screwed a lot, out of this whole thing since JC. This has been so back and forth. Let me put you in a match. You or add Masha into that
number one contender match or something. Yeah.
It's so easy to just do like Danny Luna, whatever. I don't care who it is. Somebody else who's been impressing me. Whoever wins is going to get a chance at Victory Road. That's all I ever want is like, so then you earn something.
Agreed. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like that a lot more than just like handpicking someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'd be much better. I'm much better looking at that.
That said, though, the last thing I will leave with is so heading into Bound for Glory, presumably Ash by Elegance, probably still going to be champion. We don't know. I still, like I said, literally don't know. Unless Masha wins by a last minute kind of switch up. Indy Hartwell. The question is, I mean, Ash just kind of won the title. But Indy Hartwell is on this kind of up and up. She's undefeated in singles action. Do you think BFG, even though Ash just won it, do you think BFG is an Indy Hartwell crowning moment? Or do you think she needs more time riding through the ranks?
It's a good question. I mean, what you need is what's needed is another standout babyface. That I think is desperately needed because you don't want to just bounce it back and forth between just two.
Yes, exactly.
Wrestlers, So it makes me feel like Ash may need to hold on to it a little bit longer. To let Indy go through a little bit more, but also maybe to see someone else possibly emerge as a contender. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, like Ash has been there working her ass off. She's finally gotten a championship. I kind of want to see her hold on to it for a little while.
Yeah.
That's a little bit what I want to see. Because I mean, the Elegance brand's got all the gold right now. They're flying high. And they're not going to let go of that easy. So I feel like, I don't know. Unless it's some kind of situation where, like, Ash, of course, beats Masha by crook and goes into a match with Indy at BFG, and then maybe she tries to cheat the same way against Indy, but Masha's there to stop it, or something to that effect. I could see something like that happening. That would be pretty cool. But I kind of feel like Ash needs to hold on to it a little bit longer. It's fun having a title on a heel. And I think I want to see her.
That made me think of, I feel like I want to see a world where they have it all now. I think maybe BF somewhere like Bound for Glory, the other two drop the tag belts to say like the inspiration or something like that, right? And that causes a little bit of a rift, right? Like, oh shoot, and then Ash is furious with them, kind of berating them. They're blah blah blah. Ash maybe at the next thing, couple, a pay-per-view or two down the line though, and then Ash is just treating the rest of the Elegance brand like crap because they dropped the ball, they dropped the titles. You almost ruined this. I'm carrying all of us with this title, whatever. And then give me like some spectacular flame out where she's berating it and they walk out on her in the middle of a title defense to the point where like maybe even the personal concierge like gets like she berates him even too much. So he's like, these ingrates,
and even
you need to get in here. And then even he like turns around and walks away, and she freaks out, and then like whoever she's faced turn around, big finish, and we get you crown some new baby face. I would just this royal Elegance flame out at the to end it all. I think could be kind of fun.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. That would be so yeah.
But that's about all for TNA. We'll keep an eye on that. There's some more things coming in with like Joe Hendry and Eric Young. The System and Order 4 are on a big time collision course. I think we'll probably cover more of that next week. Well, that brings us to AEW, and we're pretty much just kind of picking up where we left off last week. The Don Callis family continuing to kind of be the main character of AEW right now, the thorn in frickin' everybody's side. We saw that the big thing obviously happened was that huge, I forget, was it 8-man tag team match on Dynamite, I believe. And they just left everybody laying. I mean, and then look, Kenny Omega got taken out now. This is in addition to Will Ospreay is gone. Swerve Strickland's gone. I mean, they are just like chopping all these top baby faces away between what happened with the Death Riders and now the Don Callis family and the Young Bucks who are seemingly leeching on to the Don Callis. They see it too. It's kind of, I wasn't sure when GB and stuff was bringing up this idea that they seem like they're kind of like becoming the main thing in AEW, and I was kind of like, I've never been a huge Don Callis family. Like, I didn't think they were anything. I just thought he was a smarmy manager, and
they were honestly kind of a joke a little bit
sometimes, but like, so I'm finding
never really took them seriously.
Yes, I'm finding it kind of refreshing to see this kind of like, oh shit, we need to take these guys kind of seriously.
Yeah, I mean, leave it to Don Callis to see the power vacuum left behind from the Death Riders finally being put in their place, and then just in one fell swoop jumping in and filling in that spot and becoming a problem because we've talked about he's been slowly building this pretty incredible roster, and now they're running roughshod over everybody, and it's a when the cat's away, the mice will play situation with, like you said, everybody's out. Everybody's gone. And I feel like we are I think I talked about it last week or the week before of it being a situation of like just the next man up. Like, let's see who can beat Hangman, bring that title home. And it seems like that may be kind of what's going on. Like, everybody in the Don Callis family looks great. I love seeing Josh Alexander get involved in all that, and and play a big role in that main event.
And even him getting to, like, it's a simple thing, but him, I believe it was on Collision when they did the promo, like even giving Josh the mic to speak, so he's finally no longer like a henchman. Essentially, he had a personality and all that stuff. So like, that was very cool.
Yeah. This is going to open up a lot of different stories. It's going to branch and like this is the Don Callis family is like a weed, and they're just going to spread throughout the rest of the roster in AEW and just start to try to choke everybody to death. and just slowly taking over. I mean, and they really, really seem like they can do it. I mean, they're finally being presented as a serious threat. Everybody looks good. Like this is a problem. Like you can't give a man like Don Callis a modicum of power. Like you can't do that. That is
take
so
10
dangerous.
miles.
That is forget if you give a mouse a cookie. This is if you give a dictator plutonium. Like this is you don't do this.
Yeah.
This is terrible. It's a terrible idea.
No, that is very, very true. And it seems like, you brought up something really, I think key, and we mentioned it the week before, but even more so this week. Again, the army is so big. They have so many members of that damn group that like it can be like that. Next up, Hangman. Next up, go after Hangman. It's a war of attrition, and Hangman is one dude, and the Don Callis family is a lot of dudes. So like, I don't know that they're all gonna get title shots. I mean, to me, I thought we might wait a little to get Kyle Fletcher, but it seems like he's coming for Hangman at All Out, and which I mean that's gonna bang. And
which I guess with these people out, I guess you don't really have a whole lot of other options. I mean, you know, so I guess it kind of makes sense that we're already getting it.
And then it sounds from, I don't know, I might have missed it if they made it official, but again, according to that promo, it seems like we're going to get another, before All Out, Josh Alexander and Hangman Adam Page match. Said he's going to try to soften him up for Kyle Fletcher, which is pretty cool.
That match is so fun. They could really beat the shit out of each other, and that would be such a fun match.
Especially because if you remember, Alexander's debut was against Hangman before the title win, and that was a good match
in the tournament.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And it was a good match.
That was Josh, a banger too. Yeah.
And that was when Josh was like, he was playing kind of a baby face. So it was a good competitive match, and it was really good. But like having that extra layer of like, now Josh is like aligned with Don Callis family and could get a little edgier, get a little nastier. It'll add another layer to that match. So hopefully
letting him off the leash.
Yeah.
He's a walking weapon for a reason.
And I mean, it would be a nice way to, cause like, again, Hangman won that really big matchup, at All In. It's that typical big WrestleMania win. We know the dude, unless something crazy happens, especially when it's a babyface, they're not going to lose in their first couple of defenses, right?
Right.
So anything you can do to kind of like up the threat, as opposed to just like, so like if they have a match if Alexander can like really hurt Hangman, it raises Josh Alexander's stock, and it gives me at least a modicum of doubt, like, oh, maybe if like they send Hangman into All Out injured, his neck is screwed or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It gives you at least that modicum of like, maybe they do it. Maybe they just take a shot on Kyle Fletcher or whatever like that. So I like that potentially being the setup for All Out.
Yes. I the weeks leading up to it are going to be a lot of fun, for sure, because like, and it'll be interesting to see how Hangman deals with it as well, because it's like he just dealt with the group. He just dealt with that group, and now he's got to deal with another one, and his backup is gone. Everyone that he had rallied on is gone, and there's still that lurking issue of MJF with his contract that he has to deal with as well.
Right. That's right. That's very, very true.
Hangman is in a very precarious spot.
He is,
and that could make for some really interesting TV.
Yeah, targeted on all angles. Yeah, that is. I didn't even think. I totally forgot about MJF, but that's fine because that'll actually bring us to our next kind of topic. You're the king of the segues today, and So MJF, Mark Briscoe turns it up to, 11, and shout out to MJF skipping out on his own honeymoon. The man got married this weekend and then still showed up to Collision to screw Mark Briscoe.
Right. That's not how you're supposed to screw on your honeymoon, MJF.
We need it. Too shit. Wow. You might be my 24/7 champ of the week just for that joke and said that. I don't know how I didn't think about that. I'm a little ashamed.
I don't know either. Yeah.
But my big thing on this one is, because before I ask the overarching question, legitimately, do you remember how this whole thing started? I can't even remember how it started with Mark Briscoe. I feel like it was something so benign and they just like ran with it. And now it's like,
I feel like it was too, and now it's a huge feud. And it's been enjoyable. I've actually really enjoyed it.
It's a great juxtaposition of characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the
Mm-hmm.
better than you, cocky, and often portrayed, he's the Burberry rich kid.
Right.
A little bit less of that lately, but still that's kind of his vibe versus, working class hero style in Mark Briscoe. So I mean that stuff always works for sure.
Yeah. How did it start?
I feel like it was something really benign. That's my only issue. So that was going to be my overall, like, is the story work? I've been entertained by this segment. I'm having this kind of flip thing because to your point, I'm being entertained by the segments, and I like Mark Briscoe and I like MJF as characters, but it seems like it's such like a vicious blood feud. And I feel like it started over like, he ran MJF off from attacking Hangman or something.
Was it him talking shit about Mark's brother dying?
He did. Well, that was part of this whole build-up.
Was that? Yeah, I can't remember if that's what. Yeah,
but that was after they already started, which I think.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like it was just something with Hangman when he was kind of feuding with Hangman, and Mark Briscoe like was backing up Hangman. And it was like that simple, but then it just died after.
Somebody in the comments will tell us.
Yes. And then after MJF,
you're right. It's been country boy versus city boy. It's been poor boy versus the kid who's had everything handed to him, and it's been really enjoyable because, like you said, they're so different. But now the situation. If I recall, MJF told Mark he can have any match he wants.
Yeah. Which was very really surprising.
It'd be a really shitty way to lose that contract.
Oh, well, wait. So you think put the contract on the line?
I think Mark might make him put the contract on the line.
Oh, like that would be the stipulation.
Yes. I could see Mark being like, you know what? I'm going to take what's most precious to you. And that is your opportunity at that contract. And I can see that being that. Do I think he'll win? No, I don't think that he'll win.
Sure.
But I still think that would be something that MJF would be like, shit. I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that too. Because I like it though, because the going logic, if you're MJF as a character and you challenge the simpleton, the dumb hillbilly, Mark, he's going to ask. Yeah, he's going to ask for a street fight. Fine. He's going to ask for a bull rope, whatever kind of no DQ. Right. He thinks he's going to want some kind of street fight. Which MJF's fine. I'll bring all the weapons and backup I want. But he's like, I'll tell you the stipulation. You put your contract. Ooh, I would love that. I don't know that they'll do that, but I really like that of Mark Briscoe outsmarting the snotty MJF.
Yep.
That would be really, really cool.
Yeah, I think that would be.
I hope. Now I really hope they do that.
Yeah,
but like I also want to like I would also.
That's what I thought. I was like, Mark's got to go after the contract. You had to go after the contract.
That would be like but then there's part of me I'm like I would like to see like I don't know, a street fight or a, first blood or a tables
Sure,
match. Because it would be really entertaining with these guys. And I don't think we have like a
And I'm
stipulation
sure it'll
match
be
on
something
All
like
Out
that.
yet.
I
I
don't
don't
think so.
think there's any kind of stip match. So that could be cool. But I think that would, again, just add another layer, another wrinkle to their story. And it would put, and
We'll
also
see,
just
like-
stakes. We
Yeah,
like stakes.
100%. I would love at some point, like, if that happened, MJF keeps his contract, beats Briscoe. I'd love to see him go to work and be like, what? I'm giving you a title shot at it. And like, you learn it. We're cut from the same.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be really cool. Just as like one off, like, hey, let's have a match. I'll put the title in the line. You deserve it. And just have a great, like, Mark come out with a great showing. Hangman ultimately wins, shakes his hand at the end, kind of thing, and maybe finds himself a new ally that he so desperately needs.
Yeah,
I think you could do something like that. That would be, and that could kind of be like Hangman's test in a way of like, I need to see something like that for me, and can this dude hang? I'm gonna have a match. No pun intended. Can this? And let me have a match with him. And he does, shake the hand like, hey, if you need anything, I got you.
Also,
I don't know. That would be fun.
How has that not been either a catchphrase or merch yet for Hangman? Can you hang or whatever? Yeah. With the Hangman? Yeah. Or can you hang with Paige? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, royalty checks can, come to Chicago via P.O. Box.
Sure.
But speaking of world titles, the one final thing on AEW is, and I think this has been very interesting and a good way to move forward with Toni Storm, our perennial, seemingly, AEW Women's Champion, has gone on from taking on, these very dedicated opponents, but now she's fighting like everyone. That's kind of, it seems like her mantra is just like, she's on a roll. She beat Athena. She beat Mercedes. I mean, earlier in the year, she beat Mariah. She put that demon behind her. She has gone on an incredible run. In addition to the run she was on last year and everything like that before, but just continues to just be the centerpiece of the women's division in AEW.
Yeah.
And so but she seems even a little bit more like chaotic. Like a little bit more like feisty or like, and it's like, screw it. Fine. I'll fight all you crazy, bitches or whatever. She's kind of like with her in her very Toni Storm-esque way. And then literally this past week threw down and was like, fine, you all want to fight or whatever. You, 4-way. I believe it was Statlander, Tekla, and who was the third one? Shoot, I might have missed it.
It was trying with Lotus,
which is Tekla.
Tekla, and
there was Statlander.
Oh my god, Statlander. And
it wasn't Mina, was it?
Yes, Mina was. Well, Mina was on Tony's team.
Oh, Jamie Hayter. That's it.
Jamie
Hayter. So it'll be Tekla, Statlander,
Yep.
Jamie Hayter, and Toni Storm in a 4-way for the AEW Women's World Title. And I think so my question kind of for this segment was like, does she finally burn out? Because she's been riding so high. And again, I still, like on paper, there's still no one, in my opinion, that tops the star power of Toni Storm. But I think maybe the question, I don't think anybody will. So do you just take a chance on someone new, especially in a chaotic, 4-way kind of scenario where potentially, depending on if they're going to do a elimination or a regular fatal 4-way where one pinfall to a finish and the champion doesn't have to be pinned?
Right.
Maybe an easy way to get the title off Toni without pinning her. You know what I mean?
I could see this being a situation of Toni like being too arrogant.
Yeah.
In a way, or too confident, like because she seems right now, she seems like every single anime character who's like just I'm just looking for the one person he can beat. Right.
Yeah.
Like she's like One Punch Man. Or like just like I want to find that one person. I'm gonna fight everybody until I can find the one person who can beat me. You know, like that's the kind of vibe that she has right now. And it would be interesting to see like she's going on this tear and looking for this person. And yeah, I like that idea of now I'm in this match. I don't even have to be the one who's pinned.
Mm-hmm. And she goes wild and she's fighting on all three fronts. And she takes her eye. All she has to do is take her eye off the ball in a match like that.
Just
one second, and somebody can come in and do some real that nasty business. The question would be, if you pulled the trigger on someone else in that 4-way, who would it be?
Who is it? Yeah.
I mean, the common logic, I'll go first, would be Jamie Hayter, because I think she's kind of been building to something big. But then again, she's also like a babyface, and it's always tough to see a babyface take another babyface's title. But I don't think you have to fall on that trope, because like Tekla is also very interesting. I think she's been a very welcome addition to the women's division.
Yeah, too.
Yeah, so I don't know. Who do you think? Who would you pull the trigger on in that situation? I mean, Stat is also good. I don't know.
I was going to say Statlander. I could see her running with that title too. I would say I would say they're the two most like honestly. I mean, Hayden's just coming back. Yeah, I could see some. I could see.
We also do have to remember, Death Riders have been
courting. Have been courting her as well.
Wheeler Yuta in particular, so he or they could play a role in that. Again, if it's 4-way, generally speaking, it's no DQ. So something, Wheeler could come in and cause a finish, and
or Mina. Or not Mina. Sorry.
Tekla?
Damn it! No, who's with the Death Riders?
Marina.
Yes,
Marina Shafir.
I was missing an R. I could see her coming in and causing it too. That's an interesting ring. I think about.
Yeah,
Statlander. I kind of now I'm leaning towards Statlander.
Okay,
yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I think this. If any of these were a one-on-one match, I'd probably still go, probably still Tony. I keep it on Tony because I don't know who.
Yeah.
But given that it is the 4-way, it opens up a lot of avenues to get the title without being pinned and with, outside interference, stuff like that. So I do want to see if they do that. I think the story of Tony just spreading herself way too thin while riding high could be, and then I would want to see what she does post-title, because it's not like it wouldn't be like the Mariah May, where it was the ultimate heartbreak, right? It crushes her psyche and she goes away. This would be a little bit more like, I don't know what the normal, it's a standard like, I messed up, I dropped the ball and I lost, back to the drawing board. But how do you do that in normal Toni Storm way? I always like that. That's the great thing about her character, is I always want to see how she reacts to scenarios, because it's always more interesting than the regular person, than the regular wrestler. So I'm happy to see all of it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I do know that All Out is shaping up to be a hell of a card. I mean, because you've also got Mercedes versus a returning Rio. You've got Cope and Cage against FTR.
Oh yeah, we'll talk more about that.
There's so many. It's really shaping up.
And sounding, we don't know much about this other than a promo, but Big Bill called out Eddie Kingston. So seeming like Eddie is on his way back, if they're approving that promo. So maybe that's an all-out match as well, which would be awesome to see Kingston back. Two New York boys slugging it out. So stuff like that. Yeah. So All Out's shaping up to be a really, really fun card. Can you look up what is the date? I forget the date for All Out.
September
20th. Okay.
Yeah. So 11 days, a week and a half.
Week. Yeah, it'll be after next week's shows, and
that's right.
We will
the
be
same as WrestlePalooza.
That's right.
So our last show before hiatus is going to be a mega
preview
prediction show.
Yep, big old preview show. So we will get into all of those matches and more, as they say, next week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you know what that means. Come to the end of our show, which means it is time for the I don't have sound effects. Maybe Scan can put them on. Do it. You do it.
Rebooked 24/7 champion of the week.
And this,
just like DB. Who needs him?
This looks like I'm doing fellatio, like to some
a
giant,
little bit.
It was a trombone for you sickos out there.
A rusty one, maybe.
Jesus,
this is the segment where we talk about our favorite thing that happened this week, be it part of wrestling or not. Matthew, you have
I do. It's a little more like down to earth and heavy, so I'll let you start if you've got something fun.
I do, and I also have one that is down to earth, but I'll let you do that, and I'll talk about it. Let me tell you.
Oh, wait,
something
are these
that brought eternal joy to me this week. I've been patiently. I saw there was an announcement like a month or so ago. I have been waiting for this to come out, and finally, Matthew, the day has come.
Yep,
my 24/7 champion of the week are these. Let me tell you, I'm a sucker for anything Reese's. If Reese's made a urinal cake, I would try it. And these
for those who are listening just audio, tell them exactly what they are.
Okay, they are the Reese's Oreos. Oh. Reese's and Oreo have teamed up to make two new products. One is a Oreo flavored Reese's cup, which I still haven't found yet. But the other is Oreos with Reese's peanut butter cream filling. And dude, these are a problem. They are so
I love Reese's.
Good.
Oh,
they're so good. I mean, like I went in and I was like, they're either going to be disappointing, or I won't stop eating. And the answer is you won't stop eating. I'm telling you, buy them only a box at a time because they will disappear.
Because they will go.
Man, yes. And this is the most depressing part right here on the top corner. It says limited edition. They better not be. They better be in the rotation.
Put them in the bomb shelter. So they have good. You said they have the inverse too, where it's the peanut butter cookie and Oreo regular filling or something?
No. Oh. So they're doing a Reese's peanut butter cup where it's got like it's got like
cookie
Oreo
in the middle kind of
and cookie parts like on the bottom or something. So it's like chocolate on top, the peanut butter in the middle, and then like cream cookie cream outer, like I don't know, something like that. But I want to try it. Sounds it looks great. But yeah, this Reese's peanut butter cream with Oreo cookies. God, they're so good, man.
I remember you posted about those, and I was like, I'm a big Reese's guy, so I'm like, I'm just gonna let them talk. I'm not gonna put it out of my mind. And now that you've plastered it here in front of my face, I don't think I can forget it, and I will probably have to get some. God bless it.
Unbelievable. Awesome. Unbelievable.
No, that is a wise choice.
Matthew, yours?
Yeah. So for me, it's a hard one. It was very sudden. So there was if you might have seen some wrestlers posting about it, he knew many people. There was a man who wrestled under the name Jaka on the independent scene. And he had been, I believe he had appeared on like in enhancement matches for NXT and I believe maybe even AEW as well. Jonathan Echevarria. I worked with him a bunch at this promotion that I do in Florida, every couple of months or something like that. So I've seen him all the time over the past few years. Really, really nice young guy, and knew a bunch of the talent around the world. Was connected with so many, and shockingly had a heart attack out of almost nowhere last week. I heard he was in the hospital, and then in one of the people I keep in touch with, just it got rougher and rougher, and then just Saturday night he unfortunately passed away, 39 years old. Again, incredibly sudden. Obviously, completely awful for his family and friends and everybody who knew and loved him and everything like that. So we're gonna there was, when he first went into the hospital, there was a GoFundMe situation set up by I believe his sister. We will make sure that is linked here for you to share as well. I've shared it on my Twitter and everything as well. Luckily it's raised some pretty good money, but again, it was originally supposed to be for rehab and stuff like that, but now, their husband, father, and provider, for that family is gone, so they're going to need a lot of help in other ways. So it doesn't hurt to continue to give to that. So another wonderful human and wrestler, and unfortunately lost too soon. So I'm giving a shout out to Jaka this week.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. And the one that I was just going to say that was so is I was so I was really touched by the crowd chanting to on Monday. We've even gone through some stuff with a friend of ours who's dealing with problems of their own. It's been very difficult, and I can't express enough how important mental health is. If you've tragically lost someone, if you just have things going on in your life, like there's no shame in talking to someone about it. There's no shame in seeking help and asking for it. You're not alone. Let people be there for you. Let people be there. If you need some help, reach out. There's kinds of sources you can find online. And it may not talk therapy. It may be, I don't know. But if you need something, reach out. And let people be there. It's an epidemic. It's a pandemic, quite honest situation for mental health.
Absolutely.
So please take care of yourselves. And you're not alone. They'll do the same thing. And you'll come out. And you're worth fighting.
100%.
So please. So now that we've ended on a somewhat sad, but
no, but
I'm hoping a hopeful note.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to, and to be fair, to kind of link these two heavier stories we brought. The idea, both in Jonathan's case, and then as to what Jake's talking about here, it's the idea of take care of yourself, and you never know what's going on, and sometimes you don't even know what's going on inside your own body. And that is a scary thing. You may feel fine, but eat well and see a doctor occasionally. I know we can't all afford to go 6 times a year, but just check in and then of course with mental health and everything like that, just take care of yourself. You only get one go around. Take care of yourself in every full circle 360 way you can. And it's all okay. It's all worth it. And just look out for yourself in every way possible.
Yeah.
So that's our champion this week. To put a cheesy little button on it is you.
Is you.
If you're listening to this, if you're hearing these words at all, and you're still with us today and everything like that, and we'll hopefully be next week and for many, many times beyond, take care of yourself and, encourage people in your own life to take care of themselves and as well. And
check in on people.
Yes, absolutely.
Check in.
Literally a text. How's it going?
Yeah. Hey, thinking about you. Just once, just checking in. It can go along and it can save someone's life, quite honestly.
110%.
But yeah. So there you go. That's our charge.
You and everyone around you. But Other than that, folks, thank you for joining us on this duo episode of Rebooked. GB will be back again next week, and then after which we will be taking I believe 2 or 3 week hiatus. We'll have some little snippets and clips that'll go up on the YouTube and things like that, reacting to things.
And that's mostly GB's fault as well.
Also, yes, 100%. So please send hate mail directly to Golden Boy Alex Mendez. So other than that, though, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff if you're on YouTube, comments and likes and subscribes on Spotify, all the podcast platforms. Leave us reviews where you can write reviews, which you can do on Apple, you can do on Spotify, and of course, comments down below. Let us know the people you think.
And join the Discord.
And of course, the Discord, where we're primarily active during the weeks, during the in-between times. And
where,
we will be.
Where you would have possibly known about my champion before.
You would have gotten an early preview of that one.
Yeah.
And where we will be continually active even during the show hiatus for a couple of weeks. Yeah. So all those links down below and more. But other than that, folks, until next week, he is Jake Bezel. I am Matt Rizzle. Not to be confused with Matt Riddle, especially after this week. No, folks, thanks so much. We won't get into that. We will see you next week. And until then, take care.